Hi guys, Bolt here once again. Today we are going through a ranked match. It's been a while since I did ranked, and I think it's a nice opportunity to kind of show off the dual versions of the maps. So the dual versions are basically a little bit more competitive. So instead of having one zone that kind of spans like this sector, something like that, we now have two smaller zones. We now have a sector over here and a sector over there. And this sector is much smaller, so before that it was about like this size, I believe, something like that. Well, roughly, kind of like that. But it's now been reduced to only the industrial compound, so only the buildings themselves and a little bit around it are actually part of the zone. And we have a new zone, which is on the far right side here. And it is nice to see, because this area usually isn't really being used that much, but now it's an actual conquest zone, so that's going to be interesting. And we have this zone that hasn't changed. This zone has been removed, and the same is true for the other side. This zone is still here, but this zone here, the one that is kind of like here-ish, has been removed from the game. So we're playing up against well, we are playing as Geronimo, as US Mech, versus Casa Shocker 130, who's playing as 82nd Airborne. So we got Murica v Murica going on here. It's gonna be an interesting one. So the starting kind of strategy that we have really revolves around sniper teams and LRS. So what I like to do with these guys is basically both get there quick, but have a weapon that is pretty good at, you know, taking down infantry, which both the LRS and the sniper have. The sniper teams obviously have the sniper rifle, and the LRS have the M14, but also the M249, so they're pretty good. And they're, you know, special forces, shock training, airborne, and have the GSR trait as well. And the sniper teams themselves are airborne and also have a sniper trait, which basically gives them more stealth if they haven't been moving for about 10 seconds, and more damage. So they're actually really, really good. Other than that, we have a Black Hawk with air rifles that we're sending to the left. We are going to kind of diminish the amount that we have here. This is quite a big investment. 55 points plus 60, that's 105. 210 points. Together with supply heli, 255 points would be the total cost for doing this small kind of flank. Other than that, we kind of have a similar situation going right. We have a sniper team and an LRS going to the left side here, while we have two sniper teams and LRS going to the right. We have a Stinger team going to the far right side there, and for the left we have an ITO, Engineer Flash, Rangers, and yeah, pretty much that kind of combo here. Well, let's look at our opponent's kind of starting whatchamacallit unit composition here. So Casa Shocker starts with two Humvee CPs, dangerously close to the front line. That is quite risky. Humvee Tow 2. Well, yeah, actually Humvee Tow 2. We got an Infantry Tow 2. We got an Avengers Para, Engineer Dragon, an M3A1 Bradley, a supply truck to get all these guys, both the Chaparral and the Avengers, for the Bradley taken care of. We got a Tow Cobra, two Chinooks with air rifles, quite expensive, two OH-58Cs. We actually have four Chinooks with air rifles. This guy is doing a huge airborne assault. I mean, he is playing airborne, so fair enough. But honestly, on maps like these, it might actually be faster just to drive your dudes on the road, going with, you know, going in Humvees. But hey, it's his game, he can do whatever he wants. So we did change up a little bit. We deleted that extra air rifle and the supply heli. We just have this guy going all the way to the flank to unload here and then get into this building, which basically just is designed to kind of hold off his reinforcements if he does have any coming in from there. It's really not going to win you the game, but it is going to annoy the hell out of him. So one unit that you don't see that I have purchased is the laser guided bomber that Murica gets, the F111 LGB version. You also have the bomber and the napalm version, but we went for the LGB just to give it a shot. And it's actually really, really interesting because it has 4 bombs and it drops 2 every time. So the value of HE, well, basically do that times 2. So it's actually not as weak as you might think when just looking at the stats. So we have the OH-58C basically going to the front. We're just going to put it on our point of view. And we have the F111 LGB coming in. 7.5 HE per GBU 12. And we spot that command and we basically drop 2 right on top of that poor guy. And you can't really tell, but it's 2 in 1 basically. And that guy's destroyed. We did get hit by, I believe, the OH-58C. And we do lose our recon heli, but that's fine. F-111 did its job. We killed the command. We're stopping him from capturing that zone. And we're using the remaining missiles, or the remaining GBU-12 bombs on these air rifles here. We unloaded our sniper team and the LRS, so they can, they can survive for some time. But the F-111 is going to clean that up. We also destroyed that Cobra with the Stinger team. There go the air rifles. Air rifles are basically dead. The F-4 Phantom comes in and destroys the F-111. So just in the first couple seconds, a lot of things happened already. So we have a Stinger team here, Stinger team over there. We actually got a nice hit. Let's see if we manage to finish the job. Nope. That one missed, but hey, that guy's out of commission for some time. So we really ignored this place entirely. I really didn't go heavy on that, because I know Airborne is probably going to get there sooner. And we might as well just focus slightly, focus our points slightly differently, in a different way. Humvee CP was caught out in the open. A little bit of a miss micro by our opponent there. And we actually get a nice hit with the ITO, and we destroy that. He is still +1 though. Now on the right side, those air rifles have been surviving the bombs and the infantry, so we stop with the sniper to get a good shot. And there goes the air rifle, and now we can move up. So 2 LRS were left from a squad of 6, but the sniper squad is still good to go. So we quickly rush our Humvee CP to the right side to at least neutralize the game, but also to stop the bleed basically. And over here we have our M60 command tank going after that airborne dragon team. Now on the left, the airborne, or the aero rifles, have made it. They have actually made it over there. We're just falling back with this Black Hawk, and we're getting some reinforcements over there. So we have 2 more air rifles with a supply heli going up there. They're all going to unload here, and the supply heli is going to land here, and then my infantry is going to create kind of an ambush zone over there. Somehow we destroyed that Bradley. And somehow this M60 is alive. That is quite amazing, because that is a Bradley and a Humvee tow that we somehow managed to not die to immediately. On the right side, air rifles are charging across the field. He's also bringing in a Chinook and what looks like a Cobra. Nope, never mind. That's an OH-58. But we are definitely on the low end here in terms of manpower. That Chinook unloaded, more air rifles. That is definitely going to be a little bit of a problem, but we need to respond here. So we're getting a couple of mech rifles out. We're moving those guys to the right side. These guys have they have 3 M249s, by the way. Really good infantry now, especially with the buff to light machine guns. And they have the Dragon 2. And we're also calling in some scouts that we're basically sprinkling across the front line here, just to keep an eye on the enemy. Over here, LRS has made it to the next kind of line of building, the next zone. The only thing that he has is a TOW 2, so that is really not that big of a problem. We're not really moving too many of our units up. We're kind of playing it safe for the moment. We are now +1 though, because we took that right side zone. Us destroying his command over here in the beginning of the game definitely hurt him quite a bit. But as you can see, he decapped it, and he's about to capture or fully cap that zone with a command that he brought in. So let's quickly go to neutral mode. That is an OH-58C command. That would have been good to spot actually earlier. We would have probably used a plane on it. But this zone is still not captured. He does have now an airborne command moving in, and the only thing guarding this area is an aero rifles. Now let's keep this on neutral mode for the rest of the game. On the left, Avengers Paras caught out in the open once again, trying to give cover to the Cobra, I'm guessing, but he gets one-tapped by our ITO, and we have our Stinger team here that somehow manages to actually hit that Cobra. I am very proud of you. That usually never happens in my hands. Now on the right side, we have 3 Black Hawks moving in. We're really bringing the airborne... Well, we're playing as airborne while we're playing an actual mechanized deck, and that is how I like to kind of mix things up. It gets the enemy confused as well. So yeah, we have 3 Black Hawks unloading 3 air rifles. He has 2 of them here, so we definitely have the numbers, and we're also getting some additional mech rifles out right now that we're going to try to unload in these areas. Now the Black Hawks, they can take a beating, but they just need to get their wheels on the ground, let's say, and unload my dudes. before they all get destroyed. So this guy got stunned and actually manages... Well, he takes off because he is stunned, which I don't understand. But the air rifles, these two have unloaded. This guy barely unloads before that helicopter is destroyed. We do lose quite a few of those air rifles there, but the majority of our guys got in. And we have our mech rifles now coming in to help. This guy probably gonna get destroyed by this air rifle. Ooh, we actually got hit, but we didn't die. And now we have 2 Cobras going in to give some fire support, and we unleash our rockets on the infantry, and that is basically it for this game, and our opponent throws in a towel. But that was a very fun, kind of fast-paced Vertigo duel with 2 American battle groups. F-111 in the beginning, that hurt. He would have probably been like plus 300, plus 400 points ahead of me if I didn't destroy that command in the beginning. He was probably going to drive it through that sector and bring it to the right side sector. But us destroying that basically forced him to buy 2 commands instead of just using the first one he bought. So that really put him back. Our Stinger did really good. Tow Cobra Chinook, that was full of air rifles. Ito did amazing. And just our Stingers in general this game really just carried the game. I think we would have been in quite a big amount of trouble if my Stinger teams didn't really do their job. Yeah, the right side is definitely where we took most of the losses, but it was good to kind of force him to invest in that area. But other than that, that was a really good game, in my opinion. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. We destroyed a lot of commands, and that was kind of really just, you know, his Achilles heel. His command play was relatively weak, and we managed to snipe them all. The F-111 in the beginning, then the Ito on the left on that guy, and then last but not least, we destroyed his command heli with our air rifles. That was on the right side. Yeah, pretty good, pretty fun match. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. I definitely did playing it. It was nice to jump into ranked once again, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Take care.